Welcome to the Energy Healing Lifestyle Journal Self-Care Challenge. My name is Robin Knott, and I am your host of the channel and the founder of the EnergyHealingSchool.com. And today I'm going to walk you through my journaling process and share some real-life examples along the way. So grab your journal. I have mine, and come journal with me. So again, as I get myself ready for the journaling process, I just get in that space to be open and willing to listen, right? To hear myself and what needs to come up. I write out self-care challenge because, again, for us, self-care is an acronym. And I underline the letter, excuse me, that we're focusing on for the day. And today we're focusing on the letter L, which is for love. And in my healing system of Best You, we would focus on the letter S, which is our self-image. So really literally showing up for self with love and compassion instead of that negative chatter, right? And don't let me forget, chakra healing. So the solar plexus governs our self-image. The solar plexus needs love as well, right? Unconditional love, not the egoic kind of love, meaning it's not even love in that sense, right? It's more like power, control kind of thing. Not trying to do that, but we're also not trying to criticize and judge ourselves. We want that love in there. Excuse me. I'm going to get through this I still got the cough going on. Then I write down the journal prompt. How do you see yourself as an empath or codependent? So for me, it's phases. All right, I almost didn't come, but no, we're going to do it. We're going to keep doing it. So for me, it was phases. I bring this down a little bit. Hopefully you can see me okay. But as an empath, I've seen myself over time as being super sensitive, right, to energies. Of course, loving and compassionate, very caring, have concern, general concern for people and their well-being, right? The codependent side, I've seen myself as getting too attached to people. Now, this has improved over time, thank goodness. So healing does help. It can happen. We can break these patterns. But I used to get very attached to people, and then it seemed like I was just crushed if these people would, like, I don't want to say leave my world, not the world, but like my world, relationships end type of thing. Then, seeing myself in reflection, excuse me, because I didn't see it then, but in reflection, trying to take over, so to speak, by enabling instead of empowering. So having that mindset of, here, let me do that for you. Oh, I'll get that. Let me do that for you, right? That's enabling. It's kind of taking the power away from other people, not allowing people to do their own, excuse me, take care of their own. And they can, right? But with that desire to help, we jump in and take over instead of just kind of being on standby and willing to help if it's not only needed, but asked for, right? Or wanted, because sometimes we offer and it's not even really wanted. Let's see what else. In reflection again, generally had a low self-esteem or low self-image. I would internalize, I think back of like being a kid and just all through certain years where I would internalize people's opinions of me or internalize how I was treated. So let's say someone else is having a really bad day. So they're projecting out all this stuff, right? In a bad mood, having angry tones. And then I personalized that like it was towards me because being unworthy or whatever. And then I would see myself as that, bringing down that low self-esteem, then feeling unworthy because of how other people were managing or not their own challenges or own struggles, right? and more the negative than the positive. So isn't that interesting in our humanness? Or are we taught to internalize more of the negative things that we hear and experiences that we have instead of the positive? How many of you can also hear 10 compliments, but have that one criticism or that one suggestion that might, could use some tweaking, and that's taken like, oh, nothing else mattered. All those compliments are out the window, out the door, totally devalued. And it's all about that one judgment. Have you done that? I have. There was a time I had, excuse me, like not very good. I wouldn't say no boundaries, but very few. For myself, meaning how I talk to myself, even. So, in personalizing and accepting and receiving that judgment and then beating myself up and becoming my worst inner critic, and not a very good inner critic, not knowing how to stop that or separate, right? Sorry, I was wondering what that was. I think it's sirens. Um, and then not stopping others or getting away. We can't control others, but getting away from other people who treat us poorly. Sorry, it's not that common that we hear sirens. Um, Distracted now, brain freeze. Oh, talking about boundaries. Because of the low self-esteem and getting used to just receiving a lot of negativity, then I don't know if our internet's wonky too. Not setting those boundaries, not and being attached, right, to people. So then allowing yourself to continuously receive more negativity instead of setting the boundary and saying enough is enough, right? Very important. Boundaries protecting your energy for both empaths and codependents and codependent empaths. I think I've shared before too, when I was younger, like teenage-ish years, I didn't really have an idea. I thought I had an idea of who I was, right? I thought I really knew who I was until somebody brought it to my attention that, and they didn't say chameleon, but that's what it reminded me of, a chameleon. This person didn't feel like they knew who I was because they saw changes in me depending on who I was around. So apparently, again, I didn't recognize it at the time, but I would kind of change who I or how I was being to fit in. So, however this person was, I'd kind of pick up their traits real quick and kind of match that so I could fit in. And then another person, I could do the same. Didn't recognize it, had no awareness of it at all, didn't realize it. So that was an eye opener to learn to become me, to just be me, right? Which helped birth that Be You challenge, by the way. So solar plexus chakra energy, we definitely want that clear and balanced, because when it's wonky, no boundaries, lack of protection, low self-esteem, low self-image, that negative mind chatter, these repeating these codependency patterns, right? And as we continue to do that, it just builds and feeds more wonkiness in the solar plexus chakra. So it's like a cycle within itself. How we act, react, respond, think, feel feeds the energy in each of our chakras. That energy in each of our chakras then feeds how we act, think, feel. Yeah. So we really have to be intentional with our thoughts, manage our emotions, break patterns that aren't serving our highest, taking action to make the changes that we want to make. When the When the energy in the solar plexus chakra is wonky, some things you may experience would be ulcers, diabetes or food allergies, digestive disorders, chronic fatigue. Again, excuse me, low self-esteem, low self-image, fear of rejection, negative thinking patterns, codependency patterns, self-blame, shame, and guilt, right? That inner critic, the inner judge that just beats yourself up. I'm going to keep this short because, again, I could feel the scratchiness going on. Let me know how the journaling process is going for you. I appreciate your grace in my scratchy throatness and my distractions. How was this journal prompt for you? What came up for you? If you're comfortable, share with us in the comments. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And join me back here tomorrow. Hopefully things are clearing up really soon. For heart chakra, I'm talking more about forgiveness and transformation. Also, always check the description for any updates and offers. Join me on the BU challenge. I'm super excited about that as well. And again, link is in the description. So I will see you tomorrow. So much love. Take good care of you. Bye, guys.